Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. Today we've got the Thursday New York Times crossword from May 28th, 2026. John Kugelman is today's constructor. Will Shorts is the editor. Let's see what we've got here. Let me make a picture for the thumbnail. That'll have to do. Okay, one across is surname of two Indian prime ministers. And we've had... I think we may have had three Gandhis. You don't have a Sonia Gandhi and a Rajiv Gandhi and an Indira Gandhi. One down, programming statement can result in spaghetti code. I know go to is a programming statement from a computer science class I took a long time ago in basic. Two down, excuse me, ahem. Getting a little bit of confidence about Gandhi. Three down, Totenberg of public radio. That's Nina. Totenberg covers the Supreme Court. Four down, people who get walked all over. Not sure. Five down is bit of a laugh. Could be he as bit of tee-hee or ha as bit of ha-ha. Six down, not separated. 14 across, Drew Carey, Halle Berry, or Guy Fieri originally. Maybe they're Ohioans. I assume Drew Carey is from Cleveland. That's where he based his sitcom. 17 across, walking around money for Pavarotti with a question mark. Pavarotti is a tenor opera singer. It might begin with tenor, $11 or something like that. 20 across, whistling stick-up man on The Wire. Haven't seen The Wire. I think there was a character called Omar. People who get walked all over, are they doormats metaphorically. I was thinking of something like a person who goes to get one of those treatments where they walk on your back or something. I don't know. Let's try Hardy har har is the bit of a laugh. Not separated in a row or something like that. Maybe it's in a row. What's 18 down? Birthplace of Dr. Pepper. I happened to see this on TV just the other day. Waco, Texas is the birthplace of Dr. Pepper. One of the late night shows said, yeah, please remember it says the birthplace of Dr. Pepper and not for anything else. Yeah, so that kind of stuck in my mind. 7 across, fly-by-night types. Owls. Got a question mark. I think that's justified. 15 across, Baroque instrument. If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. Could be oboe or horn. Throwing style for 7 down. A throwing style. 8 down, bit of a lark. A wing is a part of a lark, a bit of a lark. 9 down, lady killer. Nope. And 10 down, Machiavellian. In a way, that might be sly. Viol is a kind of old instrument. Let's try that. Walking around money for Pavarotti. I'm not sure. Cry of frustration. 23 across, Hajj destination. That's Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Intact. 4 not separated. 10 or 20 would be walking. Yeah, it is like 10 or 11 bucks, but 10 or 20 bucks would be walking around money for Pavarotti. Throwing style, over arm, like a pitcher or something. Arg. For the cry of frustration, as Charlie Brown said. Wing. Lothario for the lady killer. Yes. I don't know where Lothario comes from. Is that a character in a play or poem or something? Anyway, that is a name for someone who tries to fancies himself as a lady killer. 11 across, go for. Could be vie or opt. I've seen both of those used as synonyms for that. 16 across, long-handled gardening tool or immoral pleasure seeker for contestant Ken Jennings on Jeopardy. Well, a long-handled gardening tool is a hoe. Hoe without the E could be a synonym for a slang term for an immoral pleasure seeker. Maybe that's what Ken Jennings guessed. I don't know. 19 across, veto to nix. I kind of like that for 3 letters. 22 across, McGuire's rival in 1990s MLB. Okay, I remember the Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa home run race. They were both juicing, it turned out later, I believe. 25 across, baseball team formerly known as the Colt 45s. More baseball history here. The Astros used to be known as the Colt 45s. Fremont and Folsom in San Francisco for 2, 22 down. They sound like street names, don't they? Let's try streets there. 11 down, answer to why is your report card in the trash? Not sure. 12 down, written with venom, poison, pen, maybe, or poisonous. Oil, they say. White gold, Texas tea. Let me tell you all the story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then he found some Texas tea in his backyard and became wealthy and moved to Beverly Hills. Let's try opt for. Well, X looks right and I looks right. Oh, why is your report card in the trash? 27 across, preacher's gift. These all have or in them. A preacher's gift. Something or present. Past or present. It's a present for a pastor. Okay, past or present is a preacher's gift. Something or what? 31 across, parrot. To ape, to copy. 35 across, icy passage to Antarctica's McMurdo Station. It's going to be some kind of sea. There's a Ross ice shelf down there in Antarctica. I think there's probably a Ross Sea as well. 28 down, 2. For many a putt-putt hole, probably a par 2. Kind of a drag. You can have a main drag, the main street. Guardians of Bushido tradition, maybe senseis. Yeah, and 40 across is billionaire Musk. That is Elon. Oh, no reason. Why is your report card in the trash? Is it maybe this isn't one of the themed answers? It's just, oh, no reason. I'm just hiding it so you don't see it, I guess. 29 across, fly catcher. A baseball mitt would catch a fly ball. A couple baseball clues going on today, appropriate for the summer. 32 across, perceptive. Nope, 37 across, get blank. To shine scholastically, probably get an A. How else would you shine scholastically in 3 letters? 38 across, muscle exercise with a shoulder press. Familiarly. Your deltoid, your delt. Okay, 41 across. 5 and 8 go into 42, for example. Something about division. Factor fiction? Yeah, because 5 and 8 are factors, but they're not factors of 42, so that is a lie. It is a fiction about factors. Factor fiction is also a common phrase. All right, that makes sense to me. 45 across, fan of I statements. An egoist comes to mind. 24 down, Mexico's Tabasco, Jalisco, and others. Those are states or estados in Spanish. Perceptive for 32 across. Nope, 32 down, blue, stop sign. A stop sign colored blue. I don't know what that is. It's a zoo out there. 29 down, a menagerie is a word for a zoo or collection of animals. National drink of Puerto Rico. I hadn't heard that. Maybe pina colada. There's a ponche or something that I've heard about in Puerto Rico. Perceptive, is this just sensate? Able to sense things or perceive them? A blue stop sign, a safe Blue can mean racy or risque. So maybe a safe word is something you might say to stop it at the appropriate place. And blue kind of gives us the sense that it's a little bit off color. 47 across, blank actually, well actually, and 42 down, till death do us part. 54 across, 60 minuti. Okay, I thought this was going to be a Rita Ora clue. That's usually how ORA is clued these days, but 60 minuti, 60 minutes in Italian would be 1 ora, hour in Italian. Clear, to clear a place of something is to rid it. An organization targeting Walter White on Breaking Bad. Okay, that's DEA, and I inexplicably typed Pina Colado, which is not grammatical in Spanish. So DEA targeted Walter White on Breaking Bad. Yep. 39 down. Comes on little cat feet, like the fog in that Carl Sandburg poem, I think. Tiptoes. Yeah, that works with a TI beginning. Tiptoes on little cat feet. 46 across, dissect with a diagram. Parse can be a diagramming sentences or something to get the meaning. 48 across, start of many first-year course names. Intro to whatever. 55 down is Spy versus Spy magazine. That was a feature that appeared in Mad magazine, which I haven't read since I was in junior high. Is it still published? Third in order, tertiary, with an R there. 49 down, where to look if you're looking for LUV, i.e. Southwest Airlines. Maybe that is the stock code for Southwest Airlines. Let's try New York Stock Exchange, NYSE. So 58 across, bum around Europe. Arse is a British word for bum, so Britain, part of Europe there, I guess. Changes the locks to dye your hair. Tiptoes looks right. 43 down. Comedian Jimmy is Jimmy Carr. The funny laugh. 44 down. Opposite of 39 down, which was tiptoes, so maybe tromps. To step heavily. 56 down. Who said, I'm so mean, I make medicine sick? Sounds like maybe Muhammad Ali, not sure. 36 down, dark and sultry, like a femme fatale's gaze. Slow-eyed is a phrase that means that. Slow is a dark fruit. 50 across, lawman who got out of Dodge. Me Wyatt Earp and Dodge City there. Local leader is prohibited. The mayor may not. May or may not. 59 across, intentional creases. Pleats fits that. Okay. Let's try Muhammad Ali for 56 down, who said, I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. 51 down, fuss budgety say. Could be anal, metaphorically. Mindless repetition is rote. Affliction for many first responders, PTSD. And acted all crabby, walked sideways, or sidled. And I think D finishes the puzzle. There we go. 13 minutes and 13 seconds. Yeah, I got that one under 15 minutes, which is kind of my marker for a Thursday puzzle. Texas T came quickly. We had a little bit of crossword ease, although I like Ora being included with an Italian clue rather than the Rita Ora singer clue. Safe word. Took some thinking to come up with that. Menagerie is an unusual word I don't see a lot in crossword puzzles. Jimmy Carr, I don't see a lot of references to him, but I do watch a lot of BritBox and British panel shows, so I am familiar with his work. Arse, also another Britishism that doesn't make its way into the New York Times very often. What was the other? Oh, ape. Ape as parrot. Yeah, that's kind of a crossword ease kind of sensate. That's unusual. Yeah, so I think really maybe only ape and aura as common crossword answers. Ahem, I've seen a couple times. Yeah, but pretty good fill. The theme wasn't too hard to figure out. I thought once, I already had TEN here when I got to the walking around money for Pavarotti. So I thought it was going to be 10 or 11 was my 10 or something I was thinking the OR would represent the word or. Turned out to be the case. And then we got that confirmed by past or present, and I was a little bit confused by 11 down because it fits that same pattern with an OR, but there are no other down themed answers, so I think that's kind of a coincidence that we have an OR in the middle of 11 down, which a really superior crafted puzzle will try and avoid anything that looks like a themed answer, but I think for a Thursday puzzle that's fine. All right, it's slow-eyed, also unusual. All right, thanks for joining me. Please come back for more puzzling games. I'll see you next time.